Hey guys, my name is Mathusha and I'm the VP of HR for ENACTUS this year. Sana, do you want to do a quick intro?
Yeah, for sure. Hi guys, my name is Sana and I'm the president of ENACTUS Ryerson for the upcoming year.
Okay, so for the presentation, we're going to start off with just everyone going around doing our intros, and then we'll go over the departments and as well as our projects. So ENACTUS is mainly built of all our projects. So Sana and Aaliyah will both go over the projects, and then we also have competition to go over as well. And then at the end, we'll talk about our kickoff event and our hiring period, and then we'll end it off with a Q&A. And next slide. Okay, so this is a short video. Are we able to play it?
Everything starts with an idea.
An idea developed by diverse perspectives.
Diversity is what makes Canada one of the most entrepreneurial countries in the world.
We are a team of over 100 passionate members.
All coming from diverse cultures.
Practicing different religions.
Speaking in different languages.
Y hablamos idiomas diferentes.
We have dedicated thousands of hours to create life-changing sustainable projects.
We've taken action and impacted those locally,
nationally, and globally.
We have enabled progress in the diverse communities we work in.
Building water filters in India and Egypt.
Creating organic gardens in the hills of Peru.
Building geodesic greenhouses in northern Canada.
And introducing beekeeping to western Kenya.
We can be. We must be.
The first generation to end extreme poverty.
The generation most determined to fight injustice and inequality.
And be the generation that ends hunger.
It's up to all of us, partnerships of all kinds, to turn these goals into reality.
For everyone.
Everywhere.
We are
ENACTUS.
ENACTUS.
ENACTUS. ENACTUS.
ENACTUS.
ENACTUS.
ENACTUS.
ENACTUS.
ENACTUS.
Okay, so that was an old video, but you get the point of what ENACTUS is, what we do kind of thing, just based off of that video. That was an old team. So I'll just quickly go over what ENACTUS is. So we are a student group and we aim to create sustainable change through entrepreneurship. And so we're built of 2 projects and 4 programs, and those projects and programs is something that Sana and Aaliyah will go over later on. We provide students with hands-on learning experience. So yeah, that's a little gist about what ENACTUS is overall. Sana and Leah, do you guys want to add anything more towards that definition?
I think you covered it.
Okay, then we'll go on to the next slide. Okay, so now we have the departments and the projects. So some of the projects that we have Secure and Net Positive, which are our 2 projects, and the programs are BITS, Inspire, Start Me Up, also known as SMU, and Face to Face. And as for departments, we have the President's team, and all of the departments under the President's team include HR, which is myself, operations, marketing, corporate, and finance. And the next slide. And so on to departments. So we have Sana, who is our president, and then Aaliyah, who's our vice president. She's also here on the call. Leah, do you want to wave?
Yeah.
Next slide. Okay, so for HR, this year we're combining both HR and ops. So we're in charge of planning, doing all the recruitment, all the internal stuff within the organization, planning events, like socials. We have many ENACTUS awards. And we also aim to generate member development, and we want to improve the organization's culture overall. We'll also be doing like one-on-ones with members within the team, kind of check-ins, and just trying to make sure that the organization structure is strong, and we just aim to help improve our organizational culture. And the next slide. And then for marketing, Marketing, they're in charge of all of the branding, the promoting, all of the social, so Instagram, Facebook, on LinkedIn. Any update, it will be on our Instagram page, so always watch out for that. We have our kickoff event coming, so there will be a lot of promotion going on our Instagram page, so definitely check that out. Next slide. And then we have finance and corp. So finance will be going over all the budgeting, and then corp does all the reach out. They kind of help out all the projects if they need any funding or anything. They host, so we have like our corp workshop that's coming up. So it's gonna help out with all the projects and programs if they need any help with reaching out to their businesses to get funding or anything like that. So that's what finance and corp, they kind of do it together. We've combined both departments to work together. Next slide. And then that's it for departments. I know I kind of just flew through that. So if you guys have any questions, just put it down in the chat box, I guess. But now it's on to Sana and Ali, and they're gonna go over all the projects and programs.
So hey guys, I'm gonna start with our projects. So one of our projects is called Secure. And essentially what Secure aims to do is solve food insecurity. And their whole thing is that if there's so much food waste, why are there people that are still hungry? And they work with the food and nutrition department and psych and all that, and they get a lot of different student perspectives and to help make their project. Next slide. And then we have Net Positive. So Net Positive is another project that aims to solve sustainability in fashion. Because creating clothing obviously generates a lot of waste, and overall just create a more sustainable world. Net Positive is actually working on creating their own products and everything, so you could find their Instagram and see what they're up to. Next slide.
I can talk about this one. So BITS is a financial literacy program that we have, and it's basically tailored to students on campus. It was basically created because we noticed that there's not a lot of financial literacy that's provided to university students, and we wanted to use our resources network to change that. So if you go on our Instagram, I think it's project.bits, you can see that we're hosting, I think it's monthly workshops right now, and it's always on different topics, starting from budgeting, investing, taxation, and savings. And they're for Ryerson students, and each of the workshops brings in an industry professional to make sure that you're getting like actual good advice, and it's not just like the lost teaching the lost. But that's what BITS essentially does. And I'll just get the next slide, please. And then we also have another program, it's called Start Me Up. Start Me Up does a lot of things, but the main purpose of it is to basically help entrepreneurs of all backgrounds and kind of teach about entrepreneurship. So we have Startup School, which is facilitated on campus, and those are workshops that all Ryerson students can attend, and it's just I think it's a weekly workshop, and they tell you the basics of entrepreneurship in compliance with like the Canadian government standards. So it's actually very helpful, and those are going to be happening online this semester. We also host the Slate New Venture competition, where any TRSM student, one male and one female, are in a competition to win $25,000 each based off of their business idea. It could be from ideation to like first product stage. So that's really exciting. So if you know anybody with business ideas, tell them to check this out. It comes out in the winter semester, and there's a lot of cool opportunities associated with that. And then the third one is called Youth Entrepreneurship Opportunities, which is our newest branch in SMU, and it's essentially we act as mentors for high school students, either personally or to help them with their business ideas. And so that's been the newest thing that we're working on. And I can get the next slide as well. Okay, and the last one that I'm going to be talking about is called Inspire. And Inspire is similar to SMU in the sense that we want to bring education behind entrepreneurship and sustainability. And this year, Inspire is going to be facilitated through the course ENT 401 with one of our professors. And in that course, they plan on kind of bringing that professor with all these students who have great business ideas together in one room and let them connect with their resources. And so if that's something you're interested in, definitely check that out. I believe it's an application process to get into the course. And I don't know, I think it is still open, but I could be wrong, but check out our Instagram for more information on that. Oh, that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'll be talking about face-to-face. So face-to-face is started as a project that advocated for a healthy relationship between tech use and mental health. However, now they're rebranding a little bit and they're focusing on making the gardening process smarter and simpler and trying to be more sustainable in that sense. And what they're really focusing on is our 3 pillars, which are people, profit, and planet. Next slide.
Perfect. Competition. One thing I want to point out is I'm actually the dude in the blue suit, so that's kind of funny. If you guys want to move up in the world, be the mascot. Next slide. So for competition, it's a lot easier if I explain it this way. ENACTUS as a whole is a worldwide organization. So it's all over the globe. And within ENACTUS, there's ENACTUS Canada. And through ENACTUS Canada, it hosts, these annual competitions for all the different chapters, all the different universities who have ENACTUS teams to come in and present on their projects. So essentially what that is we just laid out all our projects. So we'll be creating teams to then go to these competitions and present on those projects. Essentially what we do is we get together these presentation teams, we get presenters, we get scripters, we get tech people to create presentations for us, and we just rehearse those over and we edit them and we go through dry runs and we go through a bunch of other stuff to perfect essentially how we're going to show off our projects, because we want our projects to be displayed in the best way possible. And through this, that's how we get it. The next slide. And the layout for competition, it's very nice and laid out. So December is where we start our selection. We get interviews and we create the teams. And then through January, I should have said, yeah, January to February is when we start doing our scripting, our dry runs, our presentations. And then in February, we have a sort of showcase where we come in, we get mock judges, we get alumni to come in, and we go through essentially our own type of competition to get feedback, to get knowledge, to get information on our projects. And then in March is when we have our regionals competition. So March is our regionals competition. So different regions in our area have separate competitions in themselves. And then when we get results from that, they go to the nationals competition, which is very fun. You get to see people from all over Canada come. You meet a bunch of new people you've probably never known. You get to experience all these new cultures and stuff like that. It's great, and it's a very good experience to be a part of.
So that's the end of our presentation. Also for comp, I don't know, Ryan, if you mentioned this, but you can only be a part of competition if you join ENACTUS. So definitely come out to our kickoff event. It's on the 17th from 6 to 8. You can meet the entire team there, and all the project managers will be there to give you more information about our projects and programs. And we will be hiring for a couple of positions, and we'll be announcing all the positions we're going to hire for at our kickoff event and on our socials, so on Instagram. So definitely check all of those out.
There's a question, Nathusha. I think you could
answer. Yeah, I just realized that.
We should have a question in the webinar chat.
It's a comp question. Ryan, do you want to go over?
Yes. Well, this is about hiring for new positions. To be on comp, like Nathusha said, you do have to be a part of ENACTUS, but there are continual positions being brought out. Like for me, I'm going to need a couple people. So if you want to keep up with our applications coming out, I highly recommend that.
Yeah, so competition is hiring for 2 positions. So if you are into that, then definitely check that out.
They should be coming out in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, on the 17th next week. So
yeah, next week actually.
Stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Perfect. So then you'll have to join ENACTUS.
I'm not sure if there's any more questions, but do you guys want to each speak to your personal experiences with ENACTUS? I mean, you can start off like how you folks joined, and your most valuable experience.
Yeah, sure. So I'll go first. So ENACTUS is a very close knit, like we're all very close, and we're like a family, which is very cheesy to say and something everyone always says, but it's true. And we all get along with each other very well. And I've never been on the entrepreneurship side of business, and being a part of ENACTUS really showed me the entrepreneurship side and how all these projects grow. There's a lot of ups and downs with entrepreneurship. I mean, every successful entrepreneur has their ups and downs. I mean, their business sometimes like fails, and then, you know, they try to find new strategies. But within ENACTUS, there's so many opportunities to grow, and that's something that I really do love about it. Like, I can come into the office, and if I'm really struggling with something, whether it's ENACTUS related or academics, whatever it is, I always have a solution. Joining the team was a great opportunity, and it's something that really sparked my university experience, I would say.
I guess I'll go next. So how I got into it, I went to the Frosh event way back in 2017, and one of my Frosh leaders actually was on ENACTUS, and he kind of told me about it, brought me into it, and that's how I learned. And I didn't end up actually going to apply till second year, because first year I was like, oh, I'll focus on grades and all that. But applying for second year, it was actually it was one of the smartest ideas I've ever made, because, you know, you go into first year a commuter school, going to class, coming back home, you don't really get to mingle with people, you don't get to meet people as much. So joining a group like this, where they have an office, they have a place where people can sit down and show, it really helped. You know, it brought upon that university experience, meeting people, and all. Yeah, essentially that's how I got into it.
Okay, so I think that's all, and I think we're running short. So thank you guys for joining, and QRSS for hosting this. But I think we're done.
Follow our Instagram if you want any updates.
@ is ENACTUS Ryerson, but thank you guys for listening.